And here is the bamboo powered smelter. Here is the bamboo farm that feeds the smelter. Here is the smelter down there. All you gotta do is put some sand in there and they will smelt the sand down into glass in these furnaces. And the plan for today is to build a bamboo powered smelter. I feel like I should be calling this the glass smelter because of the amount of sand that I'm going to be smelting into glass. But anyways, so before we actually build the smelter, I thought it'd be a good idea to actually explain some of the different choices I made for the farm and the actual smelter itself. The first part was the fuel choice. I could have used kelp as fuel or dried kelp blocks, but it is too cumbersome. You have to smelt the kelp, then you have to craft them into dried kelp blocks. The other choice, and what I'm using, is bamboo. Bamboo you can grow and put it straight into the furnace. It needs 4 bamboo to smelt one item, which is a downside. However, it grows really quick. So, bamboo. The other thing is the furnace. All I really wanted was something that was simple as possible, would distribute the items equally in the furnaces and the fuel. I didn't want anything really big. I also wanted to avoid rails. Raj dislikes rails. Well, at least the sound of rails. So here I am in my creative world and I thought I'd show you guys what I'm planning on doing with the smelter. So it's really basic and straightforward. Basically I've designed this so it'll just distribute all the items evenly through all of the hoppers. So how this works is it locks the hoppers, then once it gets to the end here, this would be the items I'm smelting, it'll unlock the hoppers, deactivate all this redstone dust, and then it'll evenly distribute it into the furnaces down here. And the same system works down there. I might modify and change some things, but I think this is a good start. Nothing too fancy with rails or a large array, and it has to be 7 chests. I kind of tested that out, and if you go above 7 chests for this, it kind of screws it up and doesn't have it distributed equally, and it kind of messes up the bamboo. And for the bamboo part of this, I'm going to be using my sugarcane farm. So I'm going to use this same type of farm. It's really easy to build. I can always expand it if I need to make it bigger. And I don't have to waterlog anything because bamboo does not require to be next to water. So it's easy to make this exact same farm, except for sugarcane, I can make it for bamboo. And this is the spot I'm going to be building the smelter / bamboo farm. So it's really close to my storage system, so the bamboo will keep running. It's next to the beacon, and it's right next to all this stuff that I have here. So it's time I start filling up this side also. So you can see I have the layout here, although I might have to tweak it a bit depending on how much space stuff takes. Also, while I'm up here, I guess I completely missed that I didn't put a roof on. It looks like my brewing stand. That's a weird one on my part. So the first thing I have to do, as weird as it sounds, is apparently I do not have any bamboo. I guess I crafted it all into scaffolding. So I gotta go out to the jungle and get some bamboo before I start building. So if I remember correctly, beyond this dark forest and these birch forests that are around here, I think there's a jungle over here somewhere. I may be wrong though. Yep, definitely found a forest and a bamboo forest, specifically a very small one though, but that should do for what I need. I only really need 1 piece of bamboo for this, but I might as well grab some extra just in case, because you never know, I might accidentally craft some more into scaffolding. So here are the shulker boxes for my build. So you can say I have stuff like hoppers, deep slate, stuff for the floor. I have way more water buckets than I need. And then I have stuff like redstone and chests. So for this kind of build, what I'm going to be doing is kind of feeling it out as I do it. So I don't have an exact plan because some of the stuff might be tricky to actually line up the hopper lines. So I'm going to feel it out as I go. And the plan for today is to build the farm and also build everything around it. So to actually complete the entire building for once instead of having it half built. So it won't end up like my cactus farm right here. Let us begin the time lapse. interior of the bamboo smelter is complete. That sounds like it just smelts bamboo, which it does not. So here is the bamboo part of it. I did not use the sugarcane farm that I originally was going to use, but this works as well. Basically, when this bamboo grows to that height where the observer is, it pushes the pistons. There's a rail underneath that picks it up. I'm not sure if this is the most efficient, but it's pretty easy to fix if I want to do something else. So you can see it goes from there, and then it feeds into the smelter from the bamboo farm. And then this is the input chest. So we'll just put some sand in to show you how it works. You can see the item elevator that goes up into the smelter. And then let's just wait and you'll see what happens. So now it is evenly distributed among the furnaces. And unfortunately these ones don't have bamboo at the moment, but they smelt it equally. And then you can see the output chest or the output hopper line that feeds into this item elevator, and then I can collect the items in here. Now that that's done and I have everything laid out, it should be easy to build the interior and exterior. So I've already laid down some wood. I think that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the interior, and I have some ideas for the exterior. So what my plan is for the exterior of this is I want to have something like this. I think the green looks pretty good. I think the sandstone works with it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for a roof. Maybe something like deep slate tile. But I want to have lots of windows on the exterior, and I want to make it as light as possible and try to get the color palette to work. So what I'm going to do is try to use a bunch of different green blocks and see how it works together. This is the first time I'm trying this. Probably should have tried this before I recorded this episode, but I think I'm going to try a color gradient, basically going from lighter colors to darker colors, and see how that works. Try to keep the exterior as simple as possible and then add more detail later, or if it just doesn't work, I'll just destroy the exterior. So let's get started on that. Bamboo powered smelter is complete. Looks pretty good on the outside, pretty simple. Kind of fits the same pattern I've been doing with this stuff, but a bit different. I didn't really do the gradient like I was planning, but I do like this lime terracotta with the green concrete. I think that works pretty well, and I did a diorite roof. So I can add a little more detail as I kind of stare at this more, but I think this is a good start. And let's check out the inside. So you can see it has this black concrete and polished diorite floor, a lot of spruce planks, and then dark oak, stripped dark oak logs. Then you go up here to the bamboo part, and I think it looks pretty good on the inside. I definitely had to downsize things a bit because I didn't want to make it too big. One thing I should mention before I finish this episode is I noticed something a bit weird with the furnaces. So I'm not sure why that one doesn't have any sand in it, but one thing I noticed was that things weren't being smelted properly. So having 4 bamboo was really important, because if you have stuff in here and it's being fed with bamboo, like 1 bamboo at a time, it's not going to fully smelt the item, so it's just going to keep wasting bamboo and not smelting the item. So what you might want to do if you have bamboo for the furnaces is load up with tons of bamboo ahead of time, so that when you actually have items to smelt, you can already smelt them. So that's one thing. The other thing is this might not be enough, so I might have to expand this. I think this is a nice decorative display, but it might be a good idea to actually build a bigger bamboo farm. Maybe not something really huge with flying machines, but at least a couple rows of bamboo. Also had to do some terraforming to add this hill. I think that works. Probably could use some bone meal or something to break up a bit. So I think that is enough for today's episode. Thank you guys for watching.